I want to speak in favor of Cardinal Cupich's amendment for the reasons he stated, but also for an additional one. What has been added to this letter that was not in the previous forms is a statement I believe is at least discordant with the Pope's teaching, if not inconsistent. At the top of the second page of the letter, it says, "The threat of abortion remains our preeminent priority because it directly attacks life itself." This is taken from the previous statement, but I believe it is not in keeping with that quote from the Holy Father. And this quote will be used, the preeminent quote, will be used to in fact undermine the point Pope Francis is making in that paragraph. So either we should get rid of preeminent, or if we're going to keep preeminent in there, let's at least give the Pope a fighting chance with his view to keep that whole paragraph in there, because that's where he articulates his vision of this very controversial question. This is the most important focal point of this letter, and it was just added today, and it totally changes the nature of the letter, because it will allow people to use it to say, this does overcome all the other issues. It is not Catholic teaching that abortion is the preeminent issue that we face as a world in Catholic social teaching. It is not. For us to say that, particularly when we omit the Pope's articulation of this question, I think is a grave disservice to our people if we're trying to communicate to them what the magisterium teaches. So either we shouldn't have preeminent in there, or we should have the Pope's full paragraph where he lays out his vision of this very same question, delicately balancing all of it in the words he does.
Bishop Strickland, followed by Archbishop Chaput.
I absolutely think preeminent needs to stay.
Archbishop Chaput.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence. I'm certainly not against quoting the Holy Father's full statement. I think it's a beautiful statement. I believe it. But I am against anyone stating that our saying it's preeminent is contrary to the teaching of the Pope, because that isn't true. It sets an artificial battle between the Bishops' Conference of the United States and the Holy Father, which isn't true. So I don't like the argument Bishop McElroy used. It isn't true. You know, we do support the Holy Father completely. What he said is true, but I think it has been very clearly the articulated opinion of the Bishops' Conference for many years that pro-life is still the preeminent issue. It doesn't mean the others aren't equal in dignity. It's just time in the certain circumstances of our church in the United States.